Hi there, welcome to Smickbox TV. Today we're putting together a TS-453 QNAP NAS. It's being used as a part of a business network. This will be a branch office and there'll be another device that will be running from the head office. So the challenge here is we'll be going through setting up backup strategies, sync strategy, how we configure the machine for that type of environment. Could be of interest to you, I hope it is. As usual, we'll be fast forwarding through the actual unboxing and putting the drives in. If you need to slow down the video to see any part of that, then be my guest. Well, hi there, back again. We're into the second part of the installation now. We have the box set up as you just saw, and we're about to connect a cable. We've got a two HDMI outputs there. We can connect it to either one of them. So this is now connected to this monitor. Take the mouse and keyboard. If you've got a USB mouse and USB keyboard, and just plug it into any of these USB 3 connectors at the back here. Doesn't matter which ones, in which order. I have my power and I have an Ethernet connection. I can see a little yellow flashing light there. I don't know if you can see that on the film, but that's telling me that there's it's connected to the network. And so when I power this on, it'll actually begin to work. So at the front of the box, power cord, the power switch. Just hold it down. That's it. Oh, it's on. Oh, it's on. Very quiet. I didn't realise. Just holding the microphone up to it, you can hardly hear it. That's probably a good thing about the this particular model, having a separate power supply, and it's an external power supply. It's a very quiet unit, and it will run without generating a lot of heat. So this is a very popular model for homes and all businesses that want to run their run a NAS at home to back up the data from their office. It's quite a good way to have your information in more than one place. This can be the receiving device, and sitting in the corner of your home, it doesn't really chew much power and it doesn't generate any heat in the summer, so it's quite a good choice. The way the QNAP NAS works is inside the machine here there's some firmware, startup firmware if you like, and what it does is whenever the machine starts, it loads that into memory, and then if necessary it will connect itself to the internet and update that firmware, and literally update the firmware inside the machine. So no matter when you connect it up, it will always, during the process of starting for the first time, connect to the internet, connect to the QNAP site, and give itself the very latest version of the firmware. The same thing happens when you are receiving updates to this device. And here we have the welcome screen. First question, enable the multimeter features. There's no reason why you wouldn't do that. I'm going to configure this later and go into this in a little bit more depth. I can do that, I can choose to do that. Now it's already polled the server here and got itself an IP address. It's picked the correct time zone. It's warning me that all the drives will be deleted, the data, well there is no data because these are brand new disk drives I've just put in, so it's safe to go next. And I'll just pause the video here because this part of the setup takes a little while. Okay, it's now finished. It says congratulations. You can now start using your TurboNAS. It has given an IP address. It's telling us that the drives have not been configured, and we can log in to the QTS to configure our drives afterwards and then install Hybrid Disk Station. Now, let me explain what that means. Now that we've finished using the HDMI input here, we're going to progress across to using a web browser and connecting to this IP address directly and using what's called the QTS app console, which is what it's referring to here. Once the QTS console has been used to configure the drives and the volumes, then we can also install something called the Hybrid Desktop, which is a special desktop for the NAS, which works using the keyboard and mouse and monitor, as you can see here. So in effect, we've kind of used the Hybrid Desktop already just to do this part of the installation, but it only has very limited functionality necessary for installation only. Once we start the installation and install this Hybrid Disk Station software, we'll have a lot more functionality when connected through HDMI input and a keyboard and mouse as we have here. So we'll switch across to a browser and a much better screen display.